Now this question is on the topic of chemical calculations, and the concept that's being tested is Avogadro's law. Okay, Avogadro's law simply states that for a reaction involving gases, right, the mole ratio in which the reactants react or the products are formed, the mole ratio is equal to the volume ratio. Okay, so in this case, if you look at the reaction, it's actually involving gaseous reactants and products. So Avogadro's law can be applied in order to solve this question. Alright, in this question, we are looking at a reaction between sulfur dioxide and oxygen, forming sulfur trioxide. And the question tells you that there was 20 centimeter cube of sulfur dioxide being reacted with 20 centimeter cube of oxygen. Now for chemical calculation questions where the amount of both reactants are given in the question, it is a clear sign that it is a limiting excess type of question. Alright, so you need to find out which reactant is limiting and which reactant is in excess. Okay, now for questions like this, in higher levels we teach an approach called the initial change final approach. Okay, what it means is this: initially you have 20 centimeter cube of sulfur dioxide, 20 centimeter cube of oxygen, and you don't have any sulfur trioxide before any reaction. Alright, next we need to find out the change. Okay, so by applying Avogadro's law, it simply means that 20 centimeter cube of sulfur dioxide will react with 10 centimeter cube of oxygen. Right? Why? Because 2 moles of sulfur dioxide will react with 1 mole of oxygen. So 20 centimeter cube of sulfur dioxide will only react with 10 centimeter cube of oxygen. And based on reacting ratio again, we will form 20 centimeter cube of sulfur trioxide. So this is the change in the volume of the reactants and products. Final would be the final volumes of the reactants and products present. So we will not have any sulfur dioxide. We will have 10 centimeter cube of oxygen that's remaining, and we will have 20 centimeter cube sulfur trioxide that was formed. So the final volume of gases would be 30 centimeter cube. So the answer is C. Now for questions where you see measured at room temperature and pressure, you must be on the lookout for gases that will condense at room temperature and pressure. Right, a famous example will be in the combustion of a hydrocarbon. Right, under the high temperatures, water will be formed as steam. Okay, but if the question were to state that the volume of gas is measured at room temperature pressure, you need to bear in mind that at room temperature pressure, water is no longer in gaseous state but is in liquid state, so it should not contribute to the volume of gas.